pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll perform roll call at this time. Councilor Reuter,
Present.
Councilor Johnson,
Present.
Councilor DeWall,
Present.
Mayor Ward is also present. Is Jake on the phone or no? No. Councilor Benson is absent. Let the minutes reflect all others in attendance, including Attorney Bray and Administrator Rich. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the City Council meeting held on Monday, June 5th, 2023.
So moved.
Councilor Reuter made the motion. Is there a second? Second by Councilor Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Looking for a motion to approve tonight's agenda. I'll make the motion to approve tonight's agenda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Reuter. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Brings us to the comment suggestion period. The comment and suggestion period of this meeting is when the City Council offers a time for everyone in attendance or watching from home to address the City Council. Once we move on from the public comment and suggestion period of the meeting, members of the public will no longer be allowed to address the council unless the mayor acknowledges you. As a general rule, the council will listen to all comments but will not comment on or respond to any comments made by speakers. The council will not engage in dialogue. However, any council member can ask questions. If you'd like to address City Council during public comments, 218. For the meeting minutes, comments are limited to 3 minutes. Anyone addressing the City Council will be prohibited from using obscene, profane, or threatening language or boisterous conduct that disrupts the meeting or the security of the public. Is there anyone at this time that is interested in participating in the public comment and suggestion period of the meeting? Please come forward or dial 218-628-6289. And we'll give that a minute. Hearing none, we'll move on. Looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda. Councilor Johnson made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Reuter. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. That'll bring us to 4A. Clerk advises council, jet inspection report. Administrator Rich.
Thank you, Mayor. You have in your packets a inspection report from a structural engineer regarding the integrity of the display jet, the static display jet that's here in Proctor. This has been turned into insurance, so I'm working with the insurance company right now to see if this is a coverable claim. And right now we have some general repairs being made to it to make it safe until we decide how we want to proceed it permanently.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions regarding the engineer's report? Hearing none, we'll move on to 4B, Moody rating. Administrator Rich.
So Finance Director Leslie Broomfeld and I went through a Moody rating call interview to talk about the city's financial positions and where we are in relation to our upcoming borrowing for the 2nd Street project. And they look at several factors, and it's the city's credit rating system. And we have some good news. We were upgraded from a AA2 to an AA3. So that should help us in getting good rates for our upcoming borrowing.
Thank you. Good job on that. Does anyone have any questions regarding the Moody rating? Hearing none, we'll move on to 4C, July 3rd discussion. This was Counselor Benson. He wasn't able to join us today, but he did talk to me over the weekend, and Counselor Benson was wondering if council wanted to move the July 3rd meeting to, it would have to be Wednesday, July 5th. And I guess it can be open for council discussion. Council have any discussion on that? I'm okay with meeting on the 3rd. As far as city staff, what's your input, Administrator Ridge?
City staff is available to come to the meeting on July 3rd if we need to.
Council want to keep the meeting on July 3rd or move it? Hearing no discussion on moving it, keep it on July 3rd? Okay, no motion is needed then. 4D, 2024 capital budget requests.
So our 2024 capital budget requests to the state were due last Friday. We submitted 4 applications. You needed to do that in a ranking system of your priorities. Our first ranked project was a request for $3.5 million for the utility upgrade and extension along Pionk Drive down to Westgate and across I-35. Our second priority request, it was for for the $54 million facility, the athletic sports complex. We are asking $27 million. That is a very large ask, but we've decided to make it perhaps a multi-year request as well. The third ranking project is the Munger Trail Spur. It's a $7 million project, and we're asking for $3.5 million. And finally, the fourth ranking project is fencing upgrades to the South St. Louis County Fairgrounds. All of them are in disrepair and making it all uniform, and that is a $100,000 project. We're requesting $50,000.
Cool, thanks for getting all 4 of those in. Council have any questions regarding the bonding request? Hearing none, we'll go to 4E, Second Street update. Administrator Rich.
So the project is going well. For the most part, it's on time. The 5th and 2nd intersection was opened up over the weekend and was open today. It is a little rough, but just so you know that they're going to be continually doing work to it. So it's not perfect, but it's open. Now with the school done and the MS-150, they're really digging in to the project and are expected to continue from this side of 2nd Street and proceed to the school.
Thank you. Any questions on the Second Street update? Hearing none, we'll move on to 4F, Playground for Everybody. Administrator Rich.
And finally, my last report is we do have some grant funding left that we need to spend of the $200,000 we received from the DNR. And after the playground has been open for a while and city staff and maintenance seeing the needs on how people are using it, it is a very popular playground and park. We got a plan from SEH to add an handicap accessible parking lot that is paved because the gravel and the debris from the parking lot is getting onto the surface of the playground, and that'll help that, and then it'll also help their accessibility. We'll be adding a bituminous pad to put the restrooms on, so there's a 0 entry for wheelchairs to use the restroom, and then a fence along the ravine, the north side of the playground, to protect children from that steep grade. So I'll be going out for the preliminary engineer's estimate puts me at the range where I can just go out for quotes to a couple companies, and we're working on preparing those.
Thank you. Any questions regarding Playground for Everybody update?
How much extra do we have money-wise?
13,000, we have to match that.
Oh, we have to, okay.
Yes,
Got it.
in kind or in donations or whatever, but we've already received 180,000, we have another 6,000 in expenses and matching, so we have $13,000 available, about 13, yeah.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. We'll move on to 6A under new business. Trellis Company Letter of Support, and I believe Melinda and Leah are phoning in,
I will be calling.
or we'll be calling them, okay. So I'll just give a little update here, that in your packet, there's a letter of support for Hillside Gardens. It has been, or will be sold to Trellis Company, and Melinda and Leah will give us an update on what they're looking at.
Hello, so you are on now speakerphone with the Proctor City Council.
Wonderful. This is Melinda Studer. Is everyone able to hear me all right?
Try that one more time, Melinda.
Yes. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, we are.
Wonderful. Good evening, Mayor Ward, Deputy Mayor DeWall, Administrator Rich, council members, everyone else who is in attendance tonight. Thank you very much for taking the time to discuss Hillside Gardens. As was mentioned, I'm here today to introduce myself to all of you, share some information about Trellis Co. and our proposed renovation of Hillside Gardens, and also request a letter of support from the City of Proctor. My name is Melinda Studer, and I work for Trellis Co. We are a nonprofit affordable housing owner and developer, and the future owner of Hillside Gardens. I am here today with Leah Stockstrom from Joy Dev Co., who is an expert in affordable housing development and will be able to answer technical questions that you may have after I present some information about this project. Unfortunately, we're only able to join you remotely today, but I would like to extend an invitation to council members and city officials to come and meet with me in person at Hillside Gardens on Thursday this week at 3:30 p.m. Please reach out to Administrator Rich or City Staff Member Megan Jordan if you need my contact information or any additional details about coordinating this visit. To start with some background information about Trellis. Trellis Co. is a nonprofit organization that's been around for over 30 years, and we are dedicated to creating and preserving affordable housing in Minnesota. Trellis Management is our sister company that provides property management services to nearly all Trellis Co. properties, as well as several additional sites with third-party owners. Together, we own and operate over 50 properties throughout Minnesota, with locations from Mankato to Minneapolis, Proctor to International Falls. Trellis Management has been providing property management services at Hillside Gardens since January 2022. In February 2023, Trellis Co. and the current property owner, Bethlehem Golden Age Corporation, signed a purchase agreement for the acquisition of this property by Trellis. Constructed in 1967, Hillside Gardens is a 45-unit, 100% affordable housing community with rental assistance for all households. And all units are restricted to serving individuals 62 plus and or those with disabilities. Hillside Gardens is a one-story building with a mix of studio and one-bedroom units that are radiating out from a central atrium with a large skylight and common space there that's filled with plants, including notably several banana trees. Now, over 50 years after its original construction, Hillside Gardens has reached the point in its lifespan where maintenance and capital needs exceed what the property is able to address through operations and reserves alone, and is now in need of a significant renovation project. The board of directors for Bethlehem Golden Age Corporation has expressed the desire to preserve Hillside Gardens for the long term. They selected Trellis Co. as the future owner based on their experience with trellis management and Trellis Co.'s strong track record as the responsible long-term nonprofit owner with experience securing and utilizing renovation funding for similar properties. Trellis Co. is submitting an application for housing tax credit and deferred loan financing from Minnesota Housing Finance Agency, or MHFA, for Hillside Gardens next month. Our goal is to address the physical needs of the property, preserve the affordability and rental assistance there, and improve the livability for Hillside Gardens through best practices that have been identified by experts, as well as direct feedback from current residents. The project scope is still being refined, but we anticipate that it will include critical physical needs, including life safety improvements, as well as much needed upgrades to unit and common area finishes. If funding is awarded in December 2023, construction will begin in late 2024 and be completed in mid to late 2025. The construction project will be completed as an occupied renovation. As mentioned, I've provided an information sheet about this project that summarized what I've just shared now, as well as a letter of support template. Providing a letter for us to include in this MHFA funding request for Hillside Gardens would be a significant and meaningful show of support from the City of Proctor for this renovation project that will preserve this important community asset for years to come. Thank you all for taking the time this evening to consider this request. Leah and I are happy now to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Council have any questions for Melinda or Leah? Hearing none, I would just like to say welcome to the City of Proctor, and with council's approval, I would fully support this letter of recommendation for you.
I'll second that motion.
So you got a motion and a second by Councilor DeWall. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. So if you had nothing further, Melinda or Leah, we appreciate your time and thank you for the update on your project.
Wonderful. Thank you all very much. I appreciate the opportunity to share with you all and for your support.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting a motion out of that, but if we could look at that letter, I just got one more thing to add, where it says, please insert any additional narrative. She does list some things. I do like that third paragraph down on the next page, talking about the jobs that it would create and the positive impact it would have on the community. If we could add that to the letter, if council would be all right with that paragraph being added. Thank you. All right, moving on to 6B, resolution 25-23. In your packet is resolution of non-objection to issuance of State of Minnesota charitable gambling license, permitting the Valley Youth Center to conduct a raffle at the Proctor Speedway on August 5th, 2023. Looking for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Councilor Reuter made the motion, seconded by Councilor Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Brings us to 6C, resolution 26-23, raffle permit. Again, in your packet is a resolution of non-objection to the issuance of State of Minnesota charitable gambling license, permitting the Valley Youth Center to conduct a raffle at the Proctor Speedway on August 31st, 2023. Is there a motion to approve? I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor DeWall. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Brings us to 6D, resolution 27-23, approval of additional pull tab vendor. In your packet again is a resolution approving a lawful gambling premises permit. This would be allowing a gambling license to be issued within the city for the VFW Post 137 at 501 3rd Avenue. Is there a motion to approve?
So, second.
Councilor Johnson made the motion, seconded by Councilor Reuter. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Brings us to members' concerns. Counselor DeWall.
Nothing.
Counselor Johnson.
I just want to thank the police department for doing a great job with Grandma's Marathon and the parking down there on Saturday.
Thank you. Counselor Reuter.
Nothing.
Thank you. I just got one thing. This weekend will be the 9th annual Proctor Classic Baseball Tournament held at Agardal Field. If you want to see me make a fool of myself, I'll be throwing out the first pitch on Friday morning. So we got that going for me, but that's all I have today. Administrator Rich, do you have anything more?
I do not, thank you.
Attorney Bray? Nothing for me. Thank you. With that, we're looking for a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $86,627.55.
So moved.
Counselor Reuter made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Sent by Counselor DeWall. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Counselor DeWall made a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Motion passes. Thank you.